first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My companies are Crystal Edge, or first, Crystal Edge Technology Screens, because we're working on that right now. And the new company under BlackSeriesEdition.com. This right here is the Black Series. This right here is a complete cinema. Painted this on a couple of days ago. Was it a couple of days ago or something like that? But showing you something in the demonstration, again, that white and gray screens can't do. Number one, can't see contrast. Number two, can't see color, and they are definitely not ambient light rejection technology. They don't have the capability to do so. Well, I'm just going to let that take for a minute. We'll start with a demonstration. Now tomorrow, I want to do some hunting, some online hunting, to see if we can find any gray or white screens that can match this demonstration right here. For 100% contrast level in a fully lit environment. Start here. Now, if anyone tells you out there that gray screen, white screen, or even gunmetal can see a contrast level, that is a complete lie. Because again, as I said many times before, they don't have the capability to pull black level. That's why you see screens in demonstrations tucked away in little pockets, dark shadows cast in the corners, little bits of light pushed up on the back of the screen to fake and give the illusion that it's seeing contrast, but they can't see it. We always advise people, before you purchase from us, try to find somebody to match the demonstrations. And as I said before, gray and white screen, can't even do a basic star field because again, they can't see contrast. And if you can't see contrast, you definitely won't see color. So if you have a white screen, what's it going to cost you at the end of the day to see that contrast we're doing right now? How much money do you think it'll cost you? It's going to cost you some money, but I guarantee you're not going to see black. You're going to spend money for, I see people telling, well, we got a 3,000, 4,000 to 1 contrast, maybe 10,000 to 1, maybe 20,000 to 1, maybe 50,000 to 1. You still can't see it. Your screen can't pick up black. Doesn't make a difference what your contrast level is, you can't see it. Now for the P2 projectors, people who own those projectors, do the demonstration. show us that a projector with a 2,000,000 to 1 at $3,300 is going to poke up a solid black image in a fully lit environment without becoming tan or washed out around the edges, and it's going to match every piece of black furniture or speakers in that environment without turning gray. And you'll see at the end of the day that they wasted their money, because again, that projector is pretty much useless on a gray and white screen. You would have to spend some money in order to be able to see a somewhat decent level. First, you'd have to enter the gunmetal land territory, which is a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 projection screen, in order to see a really, really decent level on that projector. Those great products out there in white screens, they can't pick up on that machine. They weren't designed for it. And I guarantee in the demonstration, the promo demonstration for that technology, they didn't go with a gray or white screen. They went with the gunmetal technology, something really dark. Now, for anyone listening that says, well, black technology doesn't have the capability to pull white level. I did it at 250 inches outside at a 190-degree viewing angle on a projector 720p at 18 feet back. Matter of fact, I've done that multiple times in the middle of a snowstorm also. We can see white levels. So you go out, you buy yourself a projector. Biggest trick you will play on yourself at the end of the day. You will buy a projector, you will do the research, you will get all the bells and whistles, and you're going to think at the end of the day that projector, because it has all the bells and whistles, it's going to fix the white screen problem, and it's not. You're not going to get anything out of it. And what most people do is then they go near a gray mix, or they go out to Home Depot and they make their own product. They get a little bump, but they don't get nothing pretty much at the end of the day. They're not really getting anything. Because if they did, you would see more demonstrations on gray screens like this. You don't see any demonstrations on gray screens like this because they can't do it. That's why. Now, I told you I wasn't going to check the challenge, didn't really care. That was for you guys to check. And I guarantee it was never done because, again, virtually impossible for a gray screen to see a contrast level. In order to pick up a somewhat darker gray, again, spend the money for a machine, and you'll be constantly stuck in the dark. Now, as we're having this conversation, light is filtering through my windows right now. And also, too, I have two large lights on each side that are making direct contact with the screen. Not on the back of the screen, making contact to the screen. Let's change the angle. Outer Space Screensaver, YouTube. And one of the things I've noticed the most when I watch demonstrations with gray screens, not so much white screens, but gray screens trying to show that they can pull an image in a fully lit environment, I can't express it enough when I tell you that your environments are way too dark. A little bit of door light, a little bit of window light pushing through the windows. That's not a demonstration. That's not how you display an ambient light projection technology. You have to have the screen surrounded in windows. Same thing for the Elite screens. They did the demonstration on the Ultra Short Throw Epson. They had the windows here, and the light was just coming this way. There's no light behind the back hitting the screen directly. For our windows sit here, and we have light transferring back and forth. But to add even more to it, we add two lights on the side. And your screen side is about 100 inches. This is 127 inch 1610, and my projector sits 19 feet from the screen. Even at 5,000 lumens, you couldn't pick up possibly, which is virtually impossible because, again, you can't deal with light in the environment, and that's the biggest mistake people make. They get a projector, they're up the lumen count on the projector because they think that'll fix the problem. Check out my intro video, you'll see a church with a 7,000 lumen projector. It didn't pick up on the white screen, even at 7,000 lumens. You're just introducing more light to the environment, and you're washing your screen out even faster. Oh, we got Mr. Sun coming through pretty soon. There he is. Now, those of you with great products, again, every single demonstration trapped in the dark. If you do have any windows near your screen, you make sure that that window light doesn't make any contact with the screen. I got some light pushing through right now. Last thing customer wants to be trapped in the dark. They don't want that in the day. We go into TV forum sites all the time, and the first thing they say when I ask them, hey, get a projection screen, I don't want to be stuck in the dark. You're spending money for an overpriced, expensive projector that you will never ever be able to use. At least with a TV, when you turn it on, you can actually use everything on the TV. But with a projector, you can't, unless you got a proper screen to display it on. So you will not be using your contrast. You definitely won't be using color, because that's why you have to calibrate, because your colors don't come up correctly. You got to be stuck in a dark environment, because without the dark environment, the color and contrast won't work. So I can see why they would want to go get a TV instead. For our technology, you don't have to worry about that problem. This is going to be a nice display for the showroom, but much more lights. Much more lights. time. Yeah, I paid this for the projector, I paid that for the projector. I'm going to be able to pick up this and that. You're not picking up jack. I got 4,000, 5,000. You ain't picking up jack. Got that 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 watt contrast. You ain't picking up jack on a white screen. You will not pick up anything. You paid all that money for a projector to pick up nothing. You'll be stuck in the dark because that's the only thing you'll be able to use a projector in. You'll never use that thing in a fully lit environment. That will never happen. You definitely can't go near windows. That's not going to happen. Is the gray screen going to fix the problem? No. Because if a gray screen can fix the problem, they could duplicate the exact same demonstration we're doing here, and they can't because they can't see a contrast level unless they're stuck in the dark. So that's not going to happen either. I think for now on I'm going to call it the white screen blues. That's pretty much what it is. Sad thing about it is when you do go buy your white projection screen, the problem you're going to have is, or you're going to do it on the wall, whatever. The problem you're going to run into is you're just going to see those fake demonstrations of that Photoshop image. Because I wanted the same thing myself. I bought my first projector. I thought if I hit this thing with the wall, because I had all the bells and whistles and everything I needed, the amazing colors it was going to pull out, and they see all this amazing detail. It's going to look absolutely incredible, and it looked absolutely horrible. Go back to my friend and say, look, how do I fix this mess? The screen looks absolutely horrible. Interesting that if I didn't spend so much money building my gaming rig, I wouldn't be able to afford the $3,000 Grey Wolf that my friend was using with his Xbox 360. And if I was able to get the Grey Wolf, this company would have never existed. Because why would I need to go out and venture out to make a screen panel for $3,000 Grey Wolf sitting in my home? Wouldn't need to actually develop this stuff to begin with. The reason why I came down to developing this technology and going down this road was because I couldn't afford $3,000 for a screen. That was too much money. So I got pointed in the direction of the many, many options of YouTube paints at that particular time that were all over YouTube. Of everybody else making a product that gets close enough to Goose Screen as possible. That's how I ended up here. But if I had basically, I went cheap on my gaming PC, I'd have had the $3,000 to pay for the Grey Wolf, which means this would have never existed. There'd be no point for me to make something when I already got exactly what I wanted. All because I spent too much money on a gaming rig setup. I had my monitors, everything was set up until one of us saw that giant, massive screen on that 120-inch in my buddy's house. And I definitely couldn't go back to that white wall. Now that they're coming off the machine I was coming off. That's the machine I was playing on. Let's talk about this contrast. Starfield Screensaver YouTube. Now every time I see a demonstration on a gray screen trying to produce some kind of image in a fully lit environment, you'll constantly skip the contrast levels. I swear I got to get on that little thing and pull down and see if I see one level comes up in contrast, and none. No one. Not one. Your white screen. This is why you see the TV and projection screen scenario. We've been to a couple forum sites. You'll see that set up. That's where they got this big old projection screen, and then they got a TV underneath of it. That way, it's like this. A lot of light in the environment, they'll watch the TV in the daytime. And at nighttime, when they can turn all the lights, they'll turn on the projection screen. That's what they'll watch, their projector. That's why when I sat there and saw that paint for like $529, it was something crystal white. You've got to be kidding me. That stuff is just like a white screen. What would be the difference in that and white paint? Now I got to call that company because I'm curious to ask that question. What's the difference between that product and just basically just using a white wall or white bed sheet? What's the difference? I got to hear this. I mean, I got to hear this. I got to hear these. How they're going to explain that to me. How does that work? How would you even begin to sell a product like that? Now, majority of my customers that call me, they don't talk about gray, they talk about white screens. That's the first thing you're going to pick up. You're going to buy this overpowered projector, whatever you need at the end of the day, because you think that's going to fix the white screen blues, and it's not. You'll get home, get your projector, set it up, turn it on, and you're going to get hit with reality. This screen's going to wash out. You're going to see nothing of your projector. And the first thing I start doing is darkening your environment, turning the lights out, blocking windows and all that stuff, just to sit in the dark to watch a movie on a projector that you paid so much money for, and you're not seeing anything of it. Well, how come it doesn't do the same thing in the promo? You ever seen the P2 promo? Fully lit environment. Everybody's wearing all white, nice pastel white colors. Someone's doing a little yoga out there. The lights are on. It's looking fantastic in there. Then I go on YouTube and I go to track down people with the same projector, and every single one of them sitting in a dark environment. What did you pay for? If that was the case, you just bought an everyday projector. You're sitting in the dark anyway. They all want to do the same thing after that point. I got a 2:1 contrast, but why don't we ever see it? I never see that projector display. 2:1 contrast, looks solid black level, fully lit environment. I never see that at all, period. Contrast level in the dark, that's it. That's as far as it goes. So, you paid for something you'll never use. They should have it at projection screen companies that you just basically just strip out all the stuff that you're not going to use. Pretty much you're going to be left with pretty much more like an empty shell, but you're not using the contrast. You would never use the contrast on a P2, ever use it. People think, oh yeah, no you won't. You won't ever use it. How are you going to pull 100% black level? That's the whole purpose of a 2:1 is to pull a heavier contrast level to actually pull an actual black level. How are you going to do this? Can't do it on a white screen. That's not going to happen. You're not going to do it on a gray screen. That's not going to happen either. So you're going to have to go toward 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 land to go buy it. You still can't pull. It's a gray, it's a gunmetal. Gunmetals don't pull black. We can make gunmetal technology. It's a dark gray screen. It's not black. You're pulling up a shade of gray. That's what you're seeing. And then when you hit a black screen, then what's the point of you having the 2:1? You're going to turn that option off because you don't even need it. So you literally just paid for something that you will never use. The only reason why they put that darker level in there is to get you as close as you possibly can to a darker level. Not actually hitting the level, as close as you can get to it. And in order to do that, you're going to have to spend gunmetal money. If anyone tells you at the end of the day that a great product is going to, no. A great product is going to give you a contrast level that dark, no. Now, for those of you who are doing those demonstrations, how about you repeat that demonstration in the environment that I'm sitting in right now? And see if you can pull that same contrast level. I used to make those gray screen paints. In no way in the world they would have that capability. That's virtually impossible. If there was any gray screen paint out there on the market that could do that, there'd be videos splattered everywhere. You would see demonstrations just like this, but the screen would be gray. Can't be done. It's impossible. Now some people say, what if I make the product darker? Well, you make the product darker, then your white levels suffer. And we have to do a white level test too. We have to do white level tests on these things all day long. So you have to do a white level test, which means your white levels can't drop at a certain point or they become too dark. The darker you make it, the more your white levels are going to suffer. But you'll be able to pick up your contrast. Like when we test everyday black paint against our products, they can maintain the contrast. They just can't transition to color and white levels because they don't have the ability to be able to see it and understand it. Looks like you're seeing the white screen doesn't have the ability to see and understand a contrast level. And you can't do that one overnight. That takes many years of testing. You're going to have to show some very serious video demonstrations showing that you can do this. When I say that we're an expert in the field of ambient light projection technology and we're expert in the field of black technology, I tell no lies. My demonstrations speak for themselves. This is how your screen is supposed to react when you pull a star field. You should be to have your windows open. You can have lights next to your screen, doesn't make a difference. Your screen is automatically supposed to pull. You should be able to see a 100% contrast level, but no problem. Instead of paying for it. That's the problem. You gotta pay for your contrast levels. My customers don't pay for contrast levels. Imagine that. Imagine you got somebody, maybe your next door neighbor has a P2 projector. He has a projector that can do, not just a P2, it's a projector that can do a 2 million or more to 1. And you got a black screen. And your projector only does 2,000 to 1. And he has a gray screen. Literally, you could pull a amazing contrast level before he can, because even though his projector can push out that black level, his screen won't see it and won't accept it. But you, on the other hand, with your 2,000 to 1 contrast, you can see a 100% contrast level, and he can't. And you paid far less for your projector than he did. Isn't that eye-opener? Now, for those of you saying that doesn't make any sense, well, it does make any sense. It makes perfect sense. My projector cost me $500 sitting behind me. If I was a customer and I bought this screen, it'd be $362. And that's it. It's about $862. There we go. That's it. $862. And that technology paints a screen size of 160 inches. On top of that, it can knock out certifieds at will. It's also ultra short throw compatible. Now you've seen all the test demonstrations. It does some crazy stuff at the end of the day. But you got some people out there with a $33 to $100 projector, and they're stuck in the dark. They can't even pull a contrast level with the 2 million to 1. They got to calibrate the machine because the colors don't come up correctly. That sounds like a big headache to me at the end of the day. Can't even do this simple demonstration. So who saved more money? So no matter what projector, I can go on eBay right now. I'll get this one, I'll get this one, this one. Whatever projector I pick is over 2 million to 1 contrast because my screen's black. Where on a gray screen, you can't do that. You have to buy a projector with a certain amount of contrast so you can somewhat pick up a somewhat decent level, but still you're going to be stuck in the dark. You turn your lights on, the screen will wash out. And white screens don't pick up for jack. Like I said, the biggest lie you will tell yourself when you go shopping, because I did it myself, you will pick out this projector thinking that you're going to see all those colors and the contrast and everything on there. And when it hits the screen, you'll get your wake-up call. It's kind of sad when you got to go into your cell phone and hit the flashlight app so you can basically see where you're going. Having a heat wave, a tropical heat wave. I'll give you a little sample. See this projector sitting on the floor? That's $35. That's 140 bucks. 720p projectors. That's an SVGA 720p projector Optima. Right there. That's a ViewSonic. Any one of these projectors are going to give me over 2 million to 1 contrast without me spending a lot of money. Because my screen's black and it can pick up a 100% contrast level. Where people with gray screens can't even use these machines at the end of the day because you want me to pick up a heavy enough contrast level, so you'll have to spend money to do it. The Christie projector I have right there, that projector has 2000 to 1 contrast. That's it. OG Jazz demonstration YouTube. The whole object is, people, is to get the most out of your projector. That's what it comes down to. Your projector is your investment. Don't believe for a hot minute that whatever you pay for in your machine is going to give you that on the screen. It's not. Screen is the biggest part of your setup. Without the screen, your projector is useless. If your screen can't see, your projector can't see. And that's the problem. They keep making more and more advanced projectors, but the screens have the same problems. The screens have been in the dark since day one. You know how long calibrating a projector has been around? And you're still calibrating projectors now in this decade and age? Are you kidding me with the machines and what they're designed to do? And I got these old relics behind me and I can pull better demonstrations than they can. Ain't that right, Taco? $3,000 for $4,000 for a projection screen, even $5,000 for a projection screen, and they're in an ambient light controlled environment. That's some ambient light, is it? This is why it's going to be extremely easy for you to sell my property offline. Because the customer doesn't have to spend a lot of money. The first thing I hear from customers is, well, how much I got to spend for a projector? Because they see the prices. The prices are crazy. How much I got to pay for a screen? Because the screens are insane. Got to be stuck in a dark environment. My image might wash up. I'm like, what is this and what is that? Nope, 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 nope. Do I need a special screen for ultra short throw compatible? See, that's the reason why they won't let us in the forum sites. Because, yeah, that'd be a problem. Because, I mean, if you had a forum site talking about how you have to use this particular screen for ultra short throw only, man, come on, we debunked that theory walking in there. Or is the screen paint better than a projection screen? Yeah, it is now. AK Desired Nature, YouTube, my personal favorite. We're going to get a whole bunch of commercials behind this. Oh, that's better. I'll take that any day. Like I said, my new place looks like my basement downstairs. Big windows, tons of condensed lighting. This screen's gonna walk through it like it's nothing. Later on, I'm gonna pick up a P2. I'll show you what that projector actually is supposed to look like. And we'll turn off that 2 million to 1 because we don't need that. That's a waste of my time. I wish they had an option there that you didn't have to pay for that. Eventually, I gotta pay for something I'm not gonna use, so I'm not too happy about that one. It goes a 2 million to 1. My screen's black. Whew, we don't need it. And think of the options you have here. You can coat your white projection screen with this technology. Now you have an over 2 million to 1. Doesn't make a difference what projector you choose, as long as it's name brand. You still have an over 2 million to 1. You have to spend all that money at the end of the day. So my projector is going to be a ViewSonic projector, because I want that because that's a 235.1 setting. There's 150 inches, there's 2,000 lumens, which is all I need. And my projector is going to have an over 2 million to 1 contrast, because my screen is going to be jet black for my setup. There we go. And I'm gonna like good gracious, man. Just a minute, explain. Alright people, hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. I'd like to thank you all for your time. And I'm going to get back to doing, we got window tech demonstration to do outside. I got one more of those to do and I'm done with that. I'm going to do a couple of demonstrations for the ambient light rejection. I think I'm going to do 2 more of these and I'm done for today. That's it. We're not doing anything else. We're not more videos to shoot. I'm done. I'm tired of doing videos. I've been doing so many videos. I'm kind of tired of doing videos. So when I go to my new transition, I am not going to be shooting videos for a while. I am going to be basically working on my deals and a ton of paperwork, because there's a whole lot of stuff I got to file under my new company, and I have to have all that done and all that taken care of before I can go to the next stage of signing major contracts. So to make sure everything is in a row, everything's done, everything's taken care of, and we got it all done. Matter of fact, I even have to work with somebody. I'm getting a barcode for my containers too. Oh, that's more people commenting about the product. So yeah. So again, we got a lot to do. We got a lot of work to do. I'm still going to be taking orders. We're still going to be processing orders. Just not going to see videos. We got everything done. That's why we did so many videos to have so much information on the site, because again, it's extremely important. No one wants to sit there and read through specifications that feels like a 5-year-old wrote at the end of the day. You have to have actual real information on the product. Boy, I'm telling you, I cannot wait to get out here and do demonstrations in front of a bunch of people. I can take the 2 projectors and throw them out there like, there you go. And get a projector and cut it in half a machine. Oh man, it's going to be so much fun. I got so many different ways to sell this product. It's not even funny. And what we can do with it. Oh, this is going to be fun. All right, well, with that being said, of course, we thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for always blessing us with amazing technology. And right now, as we speak, he is giving me information on different ways that we're going to develop the showroom. Showroom is going to be insane. It's going to be insane. We're going to have a section there where people can actually paint a sample sheet, their own screens if they want to do it. You know what I mean? See what it's like, how easy it is to paint the screen. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. Got to go. Thank you all, and God bless. Crushing it.